Hi, I'm Linda Padgett, and this is the Living Christian Virtue Series. Today's virtue is hope, and the opposite of hope is despair. Hope is one of those three biggies. Faith, hope, and love, one of the three biggies. And hope is crucial for us as Christians to have. Despair is such a damaging trait. It's a tool that the enemy uses to make us miserable. It's a tool the enemy uses to ruin our spiritual life, to ruin our faith, and to ruin our physical life. We cannot give in to despair. We have to have hope. But hope is not just this fluffy little wishful thinking. True hope has a strong foundation, the foundation of truth. We have to have truth in order to have hope. How do we have hope? We need to learn who we have hope in. As Christians, our hope is in God. There is nothing else. There is none other. So many times in my life, I have felt like throwing in the towel, but I thought, Lord, there is no one but you. I have nothing else to hope on, nothing else to rely on. You are it. So we have to know where our hope is to be placed. It is to be placed in God, and we need to understand who He is. We have to learn about the heart of God. If we have an improper understanding of God, then we will not have hope. Hope will be very difficult for us to grasp, very difficult for us to live in, because we don't believe that God wants the best for us, or we don't believe that God has the ability to pull off what He really says He's going to do. So understand who God is. Put your foundation in that truth and allow hope to grow. Another way to grow in hope is to share it. Friendships are important. Fellowship is very important. Christians need a good fellowship with each other. And accountability. We all need accountability. In order to gain victory over vice, we need accountability. And despair is a vice. It's a vice that we can easily fall into and stay there for long periods of time. We need help pulling ourselves out of that despair. And so having accountability, having someone to share hope with is important. First of all, having someone to talk to will maybe help you figure out where your incorrect view of God lies. Like where is it that you're wrong about your understanding of God? They can help you see that you're believing a lie about God. And then they can also help you find where the hope is. That accountability is great. But also, hope is contagious. Not only by you sharing your hope in God and your hope in whatever situation you're hoping in, it will spread to that person too. And so their hope becomes contagious. And then it kind of ricochets back and forth. Their hope is contagious to you. And you experience this relationship that shares hope. But also, not only is hope contagious, but hope will grow. The more we share our hope in God, the more we share our hope in the fact that God is going to have everything okay, that He's going to take care of all these situations. He's going to take care of us in the long run. The more we believe it, the more we share that, the more we believe it. We need to share our hope, to grow our hope. And finally, the way we can grow in hope and fight despair is we have to resist the negative thoughts that come into our minds. We have to resist doubt. Your mind is a playground for the enemy. He's going to do whatever he can to get a foothold in that mind of yours and play games. He wants to drive you crazy. He wants you to self-doubt. He wants you to ultimately doubt in God, to lose your faith. A Christian who has lost faith is a great victory for the enemy. And so you have to resist that. You have to put up a barrier and fight that battle in your mind. Resist the thoughts of doubt. Resist the thoughts of fear that feed doubt. Resist. There's a Bible verse that says, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Now, at the time in my life, I kind of focused on the resist the devil and he will flee from you. But you have to have that first part. If you feel despair in your life, evaluate your situation. Is there something that you have surrendered to the enemy that has given him a foothold in your life? Have you refused to give up a sin? Are you harboring unforgiveness or anger and resentment towards someone? Is there something in your heart that you have closed off to God? And if you have, then you've allowed the enemy to have a playground in that area in your life. And despair and hopelessness can easily set in there. And so you need to surrender that. You need to submit to God. That is always the first step in resisting the enemy. The first step in victory in any area in your life, the victory over the enemy, the victory over sin, is submission, submitting to God. So start there. To gain hope, find the truth, lay it in the foundation of truth. Share that hope. Find accountability with someone who you can share hope and maybe learn where your improper thoughts of God lie. And then fight. 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 Like your soul depends on it. Because it does. You don't want the enemy to have a stronghold of despair in your life. Have hope. A life filled with hope is a gift. A life filled with hope is powerful. It is so powerful. If the Christians of the world were filled with the hope of God in the foundation of truth, in the foundation of proper understanding of who He is, we would be unstoppable. The world would be changed because hope is powerful. Hope is what allows someone to overcome difficulties in their life. Hope is what starts revolutions. Hope will change our life and change our world. Have hope. Seek it out and fight to the death for it. Thanks for watching. To see more videos like this or to sign up to receive the follow-up Bible study, please go to my website, linda360.com.